Hello, happy hump day. I had to run up here. I was already here on time, and then the Amazon delivery guy was here, and my dog was on the front porch. She's 130 pounds, super friendly, but that always doesn't go well. So I had to run downstairs. I had like 40 seconds before this was supposed to start. So I just ran up here, and I'm a little out of breath. So hope you guys are doing well. I've had a really good day. I've actually opened my eating window already, which is really abnormal for Wednesdays or before I go live. I just ate early yesterday because Kel and I jetted off to the park, and I think we're going to do that again today. It's super sunny here. It's supposed to cool down and storm tonight, maybe even snow tomorrow. So if he wants to go to the park, I want to be ready to go. So I am in the middle of my eating window. I'm going to finish it right after this, go get the kids, and hopefully go walk at the park. I'm walking on my walking pad. It's been a busy day. I do Aldi shopping on Mondays and Wednesdays and share different hauls the same day. So my days are jeopardized with like commitments on Mondays and Wednesdays, part of that being this live. Another thing I want to share with you guys, I think tonight, I plan to, after I pass 97,000 subscribers, to go live vertically and just share kind of an opportunity, something fun to pick my OMAD once I hit 100,000 subscribers. So once I hit 100,000 subscribers, I am going to go to New York City and do all the foodie things there. I'm very, very excited about that. But that won't be like instantaneous. I'm going to have to find a sitter and plan it with Matt's work and find good flights. So it's not going to be like, hey, I hit it, tomorrow we're going. But I thought it would be fun to have an ability for you guys to be able to pick my OMAD after I hit the 100,000. So I'm going to put it out there. And to be honest, it could take 6 months for 3 more thousand subscribers. I go in peaks where I gain hundreds of subscribers a day, and then it goes really slow. So who knows how long, but I had said to myself when I hit 97,000, I was going to do that. So that's going out today. Well, it'll be alive, so you'll see that, I guess. Also, another fun thing, I shared this last week, but just again, next Wednesday, I'm not going live because it's the day that the taping I went to of The Price is Right goes out. And here in Michigan, that shows from 11 to noon, and we're watching it with family. So I don't want to feel crushed or crunched for time. We're also doing it at a restaurant, like a pizza buffet. That'll be my OMAD for the day. So it'll be fun. I'll be with family. And I just don't, I love you guys. I feel committed to the live, but I don't get to pick when that Price is Right shows. So I just want to be present and able to do whatever that day and not feel tied to ending it and being here and set up and ready at 1:30. So there is no live next week, but if you like The Price is Right, it'd be fun to watch it. I might be in the audience. I might be on screen. Me and my bestie went, and we were very excited to see how it ended up. So there is no live next week. And then I'm sharing all about my Price is Right, experience of how to get tickets and where to stay and just all the things on my grocery channel. I feel like it fits really well over there. Usually if you like Price is Right, you probably enjoy grocery shopping and prices. I think they go very well together, and I'm going to be sharing a lot over there. So if that seems fun and you want the inside scoop, starting next week, it'll be on the grocery channel. Whew. So that's all that I have for you guys. I'm going to get into the comments. I do have to leave at 2. So if your comments come in and I have a backlog at 2, I'm sorry. I'm saying it early so that you guys know. Hi, Joanne. Good morning from Florida. All the hugs and kisses. Thank you. I cannot wait. We're going to Florida in August. Woo-hoo. Orlando, Disney, typical things. We haven't booked anything, but I'm excited. And that's the only place I've ever been in Florida, but I'm excited to go back again. Hello, Dawn, a fellow Floridian. I see you guys talking about where you're at. I love that. I won't broadcast or read out loud your chit chat, but I love seeing you guys chat together. I think that's great. It's a great way for us to feel connected with the community and community fasts and feeling safe to ask and answer questions, all the things. I love it. Turquoise Escape Travel is on the treadmill too. Woohoo! It's just such an easy way to get steps in. Every time I do it, I literally think I need to do that more because it's just easy. I don't walk super fast, but I'm doing this, which I could do sitting, but why not do it at the exact same time and get some steps in? even though these are like the least resistance walks I can get, but I prefer outdoors or my treadmill downstairs, but I'll take this. Hi, Janelle. You're fasting today. Good for you. I have been doing down day, like full day fast on Mondays or the 500 calories, but with St. Patrick's Day this week, I did not do it because we can be flexible. But good for you on the full day fast. I kind of missed, even though it only been a few weeks, I kind of was like, oh wait, I don't get to do that this week. But I hope you enjoy the full day fast, and I hope you enjoy your update tomorrow. Elaine, which I feel like I probably told you this, Elaine, but I was just talking to my older daughter before I read your comment. Her middle name is Lane. My middle name is Lane. Her middle name is almost Elaine. And every time I read your name, I think of that. So if I've never shared that before, now you know. And if I've shared it 50 times, I'm sorry. Elaine says, hello, everyone. Heart to you too. I have a problem. After my OMAD, I need something sweet almost every time. I've never had this happen before. It was the opposite. Honestly, I am right there with you. I almost always feel the need to like have something sweet, and it feels like closure almost. That's why, one, I definitely have dessert sometimes. I'm not even going to pretend that I don't. If I want a full-blown dessert, I do it. But I keep like Albanese or Nerd Clusters, the snack packs on hand, or even Haribo. I buy them at like Easter time or Halloween. Stocking time, you know, when you have little candy packs, and I keep those on hand. And sometimes just one or two of those is like a very simple sweet. It's something I love. I don't love chocolate, so like a little M&M bag, not something I want, but I know people could do like M&Ms or snack size Snickers, just something small and sweet. Another thing that I really love, although it's harder to keep in stock, is like a brown sugar boba bar. It's like a popsicle, less than 100 calories. But it's so delicious and something that I really love that it's a great way to end the eating window. I have that sweet satisfaction. I don't have any tips on how to like not want it and to get over it. A diet pop would also do the same thing for me. You get that sweet sensation without having a full-blown dessert. That's how I do it. But I don't try to resist it, I guess. Not sure that that's the best answer, but it's the truth. And I don't mind it. Dawn says, hi, Jackie. Hi, Dawn. I'm celebrating my 3-year fast anniversary. Woohoo! And maintaining 70-pound weight loss. Good for you, Dawn. This Saturday, I'm celebrating with an up day. Thank you for changing my life. Well, Dawn, you know I've loved connecting with you. It's probably been a couple years now that we've been connected. I'm so proud of you. I love that we're in this together. And I know the peace that I feel is what you feel. It makes me so, so happy for you 3 years in. Isn't it amazing? I love it. So I'm so happy for you, and I hope you have the most epic up day, and I hope I see some of it on Instagram, even though I'm the worst Instagrammer in the world, so I'm not out there frequently, but I hope I see it. I'll try to remember to look if you share anything. Hi, Kimberly. You're welcome. I'm so glad you're part of this community. I'm sure you inspire others with your comments, with your questions, with your answers to help others. We're all in this together, right? Woo-hoo. My daughter's middle name is Elaine as well. Oh, I love that. I love my daughter's name, but sometimes I wish we would have gone, like her name was going to be Shay Elaine. And I still sometimes look at her and I'm like, she would have been a great Shay, S-H-A-E, Elaine. And although we would have spelled it, because my middle name is L-A-Y-N-E, hers would have been E-L-A-Y-N-E. I still think it would have really fit her well. But I like the name Elaine. I love the name Lane because my mom gave it to me. Pretty names. Brittany says, do you think you could do OMAD and be able to put on muscle if lifting weights? Yes. And actually, I am, because I'm doing more resistance walking, although with the sunshine, I haven't been doing my downstairs treadmill. I can tell that my legs are slimming a little bit and I think getting like trimmer. I am going to start doing weightlifting. I haven't yet. I keep saying it. Our weight room is put together, but there's some equipment we're probably waiting for. And then my daughter, so we're waiting for equipment. And my daughter is in a weightlifting class in high school. And her and I this summer, at the very latest, she's going to take some of what she taught me and do it together. She wants to get stronger for volleyball. I just want to honestly for longevity and to age better. I want to start doing some more strength training. I am going to document it, but I do believe that you can lift weights and gain muscle and be a faster. OMAD, for me personally, I eat a lot, and I think that I would be able to. I know I get enough calories. I have enough energy to keep me going. I'm not worried about it, but I'm also not trying to become buff. I want to be just a little more toned. I'll be sharing that, but I do think it's possible. But I've never been on like a get toned journey yet. But if you look at, I really haven't watched much of his stuff, but Thomas DeLauer, he's extremely muscly. I don't know if he does OMAD or if it's just more of a fasting schedule. So, but he might have some information out there. Jasmine, I'm glad you caught a live too. I've been deep into dates for my sweet snack. Yummy. Making date bark with pistachio butter today. Ooh, that sounds so good. So I'm kind of like in my mind imagining what that would be. Chopped up dates. You melt or make it pretty thin. You warm it up. Pistachio butter and put it on top. Or do you soak the dates and kind of get it to like a jelly consistency? That sounds really yummy. I do love dates when I have them. Well, I recently made a cake, but I have an open bag now. I just like to dip it right in the Costco natural peanut butter. Yummy. Elaine says, I'm so happy to hear that. I love your name too. Aw, thank you for your answer. It helps me a lot. Big hug. Hug back. Love it. Jasmine, love seeing you guys cheer each other out. I'm on my 401st fast today, and I'm never going back. I just loved hearing that because I know exactly the joy that a statement like that is. I think I'm on somewhere between 16 and 1700. My phone's plugged in over there. I don't have it. But I've literally never once thought, I can't wait to end this. And that's exciting. Like, it still makes me excited to say that. I have never thought of quitting. I don't look forward to quitting. Do I look forward to going on vacation and having longer eating windows sometimes? Yes. Do I look forward to doing things differently on occasion, like a down day, up day? Yes. But I've never thought this lifestyle needs to end. I love it. And that is literally the best part. I have found something that works, that's sustainable. I enjoy it. Perfect. And I'm so happy for every single person that feels the same and finds the same freedom. Thank you, says Dawn. Talking to others. Love that. Happy Wednesday, Matthew. Calling me out, although I know that wasn't your intention. Dawn, I did not. And I honestly thought of it after last week. I think this is the problem. I think of it like now when I'm talking to people, no one's home. No other devices are here. No other Apple IDs to sign up for something. And then it's out of my mind. I don't really like writing on my hand. 0. I need to do it today. I'm so sorry. It's not my intention to not do it. I really, really want to. I haven't yet. I will. I promise. And I feel like a flake saying that, but I'm really sorry. What is the best way to control the need to binge? Well, I will be the first to say I'm not going to be an authority on this because when I think of binge, I think of like a true binging disorder, which I've never had. I eat large portions, but I've never, like if I look up binging, I've never done something like that. So I don't have advice if you're talking truly a binge. Now, overeating, one of the best ways for me is I don't beat myself up about it. There are still eating windows every once in a while where I'm like, I ate too much. And then I just ask myself, did that feel good? Do you want to repeat that again? And it's not from like a slap your hand or punish myself. I don't do restrict the next day out of punishment or anything. But then the next time where I'm like, oh, I'll go have the X amount slice of pizza after I'm already full. And I think, okay, last time you did that, you really were a slug the rest of the night and you didn't enjoy it. Like that's not worth the little bit extra of taste. I just kind of, check my mindset, remind myself what it felt like last time I overate and how much better. For me, the biggest thing is how much better I feel in the morning when I don't overeat. When I overeat or have even an up day, and I eat all day long opposed to my normal OMAD, I feel so much better the mornings after an OMAD than the mornings after an up day. And I just remind myself of it. Like, yeah, maybe the extra slice of pizza or another scoop of whatever sounds good, but you are full. You really enjoyed your eating window and you'll feel better tomorrow. The longer I fast and the more that I see the difference between feeling good and not feeling good, the easier it is just for me to make better decisions. Another thing I noticed pretty early on, if I open my eating window with chips, with sugar, like a donut, or I was out and I got a latte and that's the first thing that I had, eating something like that that's not nutrient dense, high in the carbs, especially if it's sugar, I will have a worse eating window. So when I open my eating window with something like cheese or nuts or just my meal, I feel better and I'm less likely to snack or to keep eating keep snacking for hours on end if I open my eating window with something better. So that's another tip I have. Jazz, talking about the date bark, smash the dates and put the nut butter on top and then top with melted chocolate. There's tons of recipes online. Yeah, the chocolate, not so much my cup of tea, but the nut butter and the dates, yummy. Thank you for sharing. I love the flexibility too. Kimberly's on fast, 8:37. Woohoo! Cheering for each other again. Sharon has lost 14 pounds in 2 months and I'm not dieting. Thank you for motivating me and I really enjoy your videos. Yay! Congrats, Sharon. Isn't that amazing? Like progress, enjoyment, they're happening simultaneously. What is this world? It's fasting. Go, Sharon. Love it. Jasmine says her zero is still free. I really do think that it's like hidden a free version. Although I will tell you guys, I was listening to a podcast yesterday. Again, I was around no one with another phone to get me thinking, but I was walking at the park while my son's playing. And they were talking about making an app. They're a YouTuber and how pretty simple it was with this company. And I thought, how cool would it be to make an app, because I get asked so much and people tell me what they don't like about apps and what they're looking for, to have one where you could integrate your past data and then you're not losing a streak. But then you could also share your first bites of the day with someone else and like have it be like food celebration with fasting. And it's focused about like enjoying your eating window and discipline of fasting, but still like joyful fast, joyful life. But when I looked at the costs, it's like not only do you pay to have an app, which makes sense, exists, then there's a cost per person that signs up. Like every single person that joins adds money to the cost. And when I look at that, then I'm like, oh, that's why Zero wants to charge people. That's why Zero wants people to sign up for premium, because not only to maintain an app, it costs money, but then every single person that joins, and obviously if you put ads on there or you have affiliate income or people could purchase plans or whatever, there's different ways that you can make money, but simply for an app to exist, I didn't realize how much it costs. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, and it kind of made me feel bad. I've been using Zero for free for 5 years, but I still didn't sign up. Anyways, that was kind of a ramble. What fasting app would you recommend? I'm new to IF, please. Zero. So I use the Zero. I think it's called the Zero Health app. I signed up 5 years ago. It's the only one I've used, and I stuck there because I never wanted to lose my streak. So I don't really have experience with other ones, but I've been very pleased. You can count up, you can count down, you can customize your hours, you can go back and look at your hours. Oops, almost stepped off my walking pad. I've really, really loved it, to be honest. Mr. Foodie says, should I quit fasting and be a competitive eater? Well, I have no idea if you're up for that kind of training. I do really like to watch Randy Santel and Katina Eats. There's also a guy locally that did one with Katina. I don't know. That's totally I'm wondering if a goofy question. I feel like you put some questions out here to throw me off, but I wouldn't suggest that. That seems like it could be really hard. I also feel like fasting could be very helpful if you are a competitive eater, but I don't know. That also seems very rough on the body. I know nothing about competitive eating. I do know early in my fasting days, I could eat so much in an OMAD, I would think I could do a competitive eating challenge. And then when I put my put myself to the test, nowhere near the amount that a competitive eater would eat, especially when you're eating the same thing. Blech. But if you start a channel, let me know. I'll follow you. Stephanie said, fasting actually cured my binging. Before I had the last supper mentality, go big, because starting tomorrow, I will eat perfectly now. Now I know it's not all or nothing. Absolutely, Stephanie. I 100% agree with you, because like this week we got donuts on St. Patrick's Day. I would in the past be like regretting that I got donuts, but also wanting them. And I still don't think I'd ever call myself a binge eater, because these were like moments. I don't know. I just feel like I want to be really sensitive to those that actually struggle with an eating disorder. But there are times where I'd be like, oh, I can't believe we got Sweetwater's, but I love it so much. I'm going to eat all the donuts that I love. So maybe I'd have 3 of them at a sitting, because I'm never going to eat it again. And it's going to be off limits. I don't ever do that anymore, ever. Like, we've had donuts sitting on the counter left over from St. Patrick's Day, and I wasn't even tempted while I was fasting. I have healed so much of my diet brain. I still don't think I've ever been a binger, but I do think it helps so much. I also think fasting can be triggering for some people with eating disorders. So I do want to be cognizant and respectful of that it could trigger eating disorder behavior if you have previous eating disorder. But anyways, I do think it's really helped my eating behaviors, just like Stephanie. Oh, yep, agreement with Stephanie. Love seeing that. Which is the main reason I want to try. I just want to be careful, Dara, that there's a lot of people that would recommend, if you actually have an eating disorder, that you be very careful if you do fasting. It may not be recommended, but it's so far outside my wheelhouse, I actually start to feel uncomfortable talking about things like this, just because it's not my experience and I'm not an authority medically or on any conditions, obviously. I just don't want to not share that and wish I would have. Taylor G says, hi, recently found your channel and seriously love it so much. Thank you. Just started OMAD and fasting after finding you. Love it. Woo! Well, I hope you keep coming back to the lives to share with us your progress, ask questions, and welcome. I hope your life has changed like mine was. I've almost been doing this for 5 years. I thought it was going to be just another diet that I'd get through to lose some weight and to then give up again. But here we are, almost 100,000 strong in our community, just rocking it together. It's such a mental relief, 100%. Dara, to finally say out loud, I won't ever eat perfectly, and that's okay. Absolutely, I love it. Okay, I just saw this on here. You are a tease, I can tell. He was joking about the competitive eater, but sometimes when I open my eating window, I do feel like I could compete. Send in the love. Dial Cup says, new to your channel, welcome. I do ADF and I started eating healthier, and I've noticed how much more energy I have to get more stuff done. I absolutely love it. I definitely have way more energy than pre-fasting days. And I love that you found the same thing. I think it's great that you are eating healthier. People may not understand or agree. I eat much healthier now, 5 years later, than I did at the beginning of my eating windows, beginning of my fasting journey, but I'm okay with slow progress. I think it is great that every single person's eating window can be what you want it to be. And if you find that healthier foods are giving you more energy, that's amazing. I think that's great. And I do know that when I have better choices, like not opening with the sugar or with a latte, and I open with nuts and cheese, I feel better. And those are great to keep going and to keep you feeling good. So good for you, and welcome to the channel. Love that we can have a good time here. Let's see. Janelle says, please remind me again, did you lose most of your weight during fasting with down days or full fast days or ADF? So most of my weight was lost. I did 5 days of OMAD. And this isn't like I would do every Monday and Tuesday, but I'd have every week a down day and an up day. And I really did. I was experimenting. I saw no difference between a full day fast and a 500 calorie day. I was very, very strict with my 500 calories. I wouldn't go 501 while I was losing weight. I think the variety kept me interested, like mentally, but also kept my body out of getting in a rut. So for the first month, I was learning to fast. I kind of tried everything. I thought it was going to be 18-6. Pretty quickly, I went to OMAD. And then about a month in, I started doing down days, up days. And I think that really kept me consistently losing weight. So it was in a 7, Monday through Sunday, somewhere in there, there'd be one down day followed by an up day. And the rest of the days were 5 days of OMAD. And I still like that schedule. That's still what I prefer. Elaine says, may I ask, how do you taste your meals you have to prepare? So I make a lot of the same things. I smell a lot. And then my secret weapon is my 13-year-old. She is my taste tester. So if I can't taste, if I'm not in my eating window, I thankfully have her most of the time, or something I made so frequently that I just kind of know what I'm doing. And then I'll test it right beforehand. The other thing is sometimes there are things I want to try in season before we eat. That's a lot of times, like I'll open my eating window while I'm cooking. So I'll have a bowl of pistachios and I'll munch on those while I'm cooking, and then I can keep tasting. But for the most part, it's repetition of the same things or using Elsie. Elsie has a really great palate and I trust her. She'll be like, it needs some lemon juice and pepper and some salt. So that's like, I was thinking of tabbouleh in particular, but she is my trusted taster. Daria said, maybe ketones can help, or like sweetened water to tie over. Yes, the diet brain for sure. I'm sorry, I don't know what that, did I miss a comment? What that was in relation to? I don't take ketones. I'm not sure what that is for. I'm sorry. I've lost my way. Okay, remember, I have till 2 o'clock. You are welcome, Janelle. Thank you for being here as always. T doesn't fast at this point. She's a nursing mom. Absolutely think that's a great thing that you're not fasting while nursing. But I have to say, your idea of adding cauliflower rice to anything gooey has been a game changer. Isn't that amazing? I love it. And I'm glad you like it. So thank you for sharing that. But it's the best. It's an easy way to get vegetables in and you taste the goo. And I love that you use the same wording because that's exactly what I think of. Like, oh, this is a gooey sauce. Let's put some cauliflower rice in there. You guys are the best. Thank you. Unflavored electrolytes break a fast. I've only ever taken the Element. I do not believe they break a fast. And if you go by Jen standards, she puts like minerals in a gray area. The best way to know if it breaks your fast is to know exactly what a clean fast feels like and then try it at some point. But I definitely would consider that clean fasting approved. The flavors may make it a little bit more difficult. But yes, I would definitely take unflavored electrolytes while fasting and consider it a clean fast. The hair of the dog, a dog's life. Do you ever feel super hungry on a fast? It doesn't happen all the time, but I feel like when it happens, when I fast several days in a row, there are days where I do feel more hungry. For me personally, I don't know if you're male or female, sorry, but right before my period, I feel much hungrier. It comes every single month. I know it's coming. It's one of my first signs. So then when I'm really hungry, I still get myself to the 18 hours, but I might have a longer than normal eating window. The last 2 days, so St. Patrick's Day and yesterday, my eating windows were like 30 minutes long each because I had really busy nights. I ate really quick. I was hungrier today. I'm very intentionally having a couple hour eating window because I think I felt really hungry. I don't know, I was like at 19 hours, but I had 2 small eating windows. I had a lot of food, but they were pretty short. So I was like, I think I'm feeling like I just need my OMAD to be longer. And I'm honoring that. I'm still eating the same foods, probably snacking a little bit more, but it's going to be a couple hours versus the last 2 days. I literally think were like, 50 and 32 minutes or something, like each of them. So I did feel hungrier. It wasn't super hungry, but it was abnormal. And I kind of like you said, when you fast several days in a row, your body might be like, hey, let's do something different now. And I usually try to honor that. I still fast. I still log it. I just might have a longer eating window or a shorter fast. Beta says, I'm 10 pounds away from my goal weight. I do OMAD daily. Well, first of all, congrats before I keep reading. I do OMAD daily, but hard to lose anymore. Wonder how you realize you should stop pushing for more loss. Honestly, it was kind of where you're at. So I was losing weight at a really rapid clip, and I thought I'm going to be to 140 by Christmas. Well, guess where I never got? Below 150. I am at 150. Sometimes like it's 147. Sometimes it's 153. I'm in this range for over 4 years now. If I don't do something like keto or diet or restrict something, and I've done all of those experiments, or 75 hard, I'm not losing more weight. And I just got to a point where I asked myself, and it's literally been like this for 4 years now, do I want to do something different to lose a little bit more weight? Or do I want to enjoy this peaceful version of fasting that's very simple and not be lower? And the reason I thought I'd get to 140 is when I got married, I was 20. I had no kids, and I was 20 years old. I was much younger. I weighed 137 on my wedding day. So I just thought I'd get there because I had been there before. Well, I'm a different person. I was so much older. I had 3 kids. I just think my body was really happy without going through sacrifices to stay at 150. And I just decided it is not worth me doing other things. I like experiments. I am all about short-term sacrifices for benefits. I can do it. But in the long run, I just know I'm happy where I'm at with the piece. So that was my decision. So you might have to come to that, or you could experiment with cutting things out of your eating window, having low carb days. There are so many ways that you could probably break the plateau. Add in the down days and the up days might be beneficial. That was really beneficial to me. But as you're doing these things, you might think, you know what? I would rather have it really be a peaceful, easy fasting journey and be at the weight that I thought I'd be 10 pounds less than. And that's honestly where I settled. But good luck. I know it's frustrating, especially if you kept losing weight and you're like, this is going, let's go. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, what's happening? I know it can be frustrating. The hair of the dog. Thank you for saying that, Jackie. I'm 54 and stopped losing at 147. I feel better hearing you say this. Yay. Well, awesome. I'm caught up. No one write any comments because I can't stay any longer. I'm going to finish my eating window, go get my kids, and then the real chaos starts. But I love seeing you guys. I will not be here next week, remember? But if you want to see me, I might be in the audience on The Price is Right next week, next Wednesday, which is why I'm not going live, from a December taping. But that's our air date. Can't say anything other than that's the day of the taping I went to. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks live. I'll have my videos in and out before then. But take care and have a wonderful week. You're welcome. I love sharing with you guys. Bye.